Hey y'all, welcome back to Sunshine Haze Co. I am Aja A. This is a tarot reading for you. It's not the regular general tarot monthly forecast. This is actually a Mercury retrograde tarot reading. For the last Mercury retrograde of the year, before I get started, shameless plugs, because this is a reading for the retrograde. Check out the retrograde video. I'll have that link down below. I'll probably also plug it somewhere in this video and like a card or whatever, or end screen, something of the sort. Very quickly, I am reading for the elements, so quick Astro 101 or maybe 201 elements, water, fire, air, and earth. So earth is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Fire is Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Air is Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. And what am I missing? Water is Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. So this reading is for your sun or your Mercury placement, not the regular what's it called, general reading, sun, moon, or rising. So if you need a little bit of help on what that means, you're going to want to look at your natal chart. You can find that very easily online, on Google, on the World Wide Web. Literally type in natal chart and then plug in your birth information. You're going to look at your sun placement, and you're also going to look at your Mercury placement. For these readings, you want to look at your sun or your Mercury video. Some of them might be the same video. So for example, if you are a water sun like myself, I'm a Cancer, you're going to want to watch the water Mercury retrograde video reading. And I'm also, if I were somebody else, I'd also be watching the fire Mercury retrograde reading because I have a Leo Mercury, a fire Mercury, okay? So let's get started up. Wait. Couple more shameless plugs. I haven't put them up yet, but the October tarot forecast will be going up over the next few days. With that being said, we're in a new month, so I will be having a new raffle. I'll put the video or the post up in a couple of days as well. Go on and subscribe and hit the little bell button so that you can be notified when I do put that post up, so you can figure out how to enter. This month I'm giving away a numerology report, personalized numerology report, core numbers numerology report, which I typically sell on my Etsy shop. I also offer an extended full numerology report if you're interested in that as well. But if you'd like to win a core numbers numerology report, you can just keep up with me on YouTube here or in all of my other Sunshine Haze Co socials, okay? What else? Any other plugs? Any other videos that I want you guys to watch? I think that's it. So let's get into this reading. It's going to be a quick 3-card spread looking at the overall energy for this Mercury retrograde for you. Also looking at where you guys need to reflect and correct, because I do speak to that energy for retrogrades, for any planet in retrograde, and also a lesson that you can take away with you from this particular retrograde period, okay? And today I am reading with the Black Moon Astrology Oracle cards and the Thoth Tarot deck. I'm reading the little tiny version of the Thoth Tarot, okay? So let's get right into it, you guys. The first card that you have coming up in your spread is in the position of the overall energy for this Mercury retrograde, and you've got the 7th house here. Oop, there's the glare. Still a glare. You've got the 7th house here. This is an awkward position. 7th house here, which does not surprise me. Libra, which is what this Mercury retrograde is in this time around, is associated with the 7th house. So partnerships, okay? What I am picking up for you guys for this particular retrograde period, typically when I speak to the retrograde, I'm like, oh, reflect and correct, and it's usually an introspective type of thing. However, what I get for you guys with these Earth, Sun, and Mercury placements, this is going to be a retrograde period in which you're actually looking at external things going on around you. I'm really more so looking at your relationships and the things that you have your energy invested in, your collaborations and things of that sort. This is going to be a time, excuse me, I'm drinking a smoothie, and so y'all know how it goes when you drink smoothies, especially the ones that you make at home with protein powder in them and like other supplemental powders in them. Anyways, so with that being said, with this being the 7th house and you guys looking at the things going on around you, the overall energy for you, reflect and correct, is looking at the partnerships that you have, the things that you have your energy invested in, the relationships that you have with people, and how they are serving you or how they aren't serving you, and kind of reworking them, either cutting some cords of attachment. You might be cleansing some cords of attachment. You also might be bringing new partnerships and new collaborations into your life over this next like month or so. I'm speaking to the retrograde period, which ends on October 18th, but we're also talking about the post shadow, which will be going towards the end of October, going into November. I'd have to double check on the date there. I'm not entirely sure off the top of my head, but partnerships are coming in for you. So a little different from regular retrograde periods, not necessarily where you're kind of just looking at yourself. You're actually looking at yourself in relation to the things that you are connected to, okay? The next card that is coming up in your spread is in the position of where you guys need to reflect and correct over this retrograde month. Okay, let's go for a month, all right? And you've got the Emperor here. There's another element that I pulled this card for, and I don't really remember what it was. But you guys have the Emperor here. So going back to speaking to partnerships, when I pull the Emperor card, it really resonates with an energy of independence, of an energy of strength within the self, and being able to do things on your own, making your own moves, and being firm and solid in your own foundations, okay? This Emperor card is where you need to reflect and correct. So this is actually saying, hey, you need to look at you over this retrograde period. And that's not to say you need to look at you because you're doing something wrong or you didn't do something right. This is to say, look at how your energy is invested in certain places. Look at how you are connected to this person over here. Look at this relationship, and is it helping you grow? Is it feeding you, or is it actually taking away from you? Is it draining you? This Emperor card says, especially with the reflect and correct energy, this Emperor card says there are certain things, excuse me, connected to this 7th house energy that you need to be looking at and shifting and changing in order for you to put yourself in the best light possible, in order for you to live your best life, in order for you to resonate with your highest good, okay? Another message with this Emperor card here, especially in the reflect and correct position, is to look at how you're treating people. Mercury governs our communication. And also, if you read old astrology books, you'll read that Mercury governs your sisters and brothers and friends, and what they're speaking to are your companions, your friendships. So with Mercury governing communication, this being a retrograde period, and the Emperor coming up in this position of where you need to reflect and correct, there is a message to say, hey, especially if you got an Earth Mercury placement. Listen, I have a lot of Earth in my chart, specifically Capricorn. I don't have an Earth Mercury placement. But what I do know about Earth energy is that it is very blunt and it is very honest. And sometimes it is not something that people can take or digest easily, okay? With you having this Earth energy in your Mercury placement, this does tell me that your speech kind of speaks, your speech probably speaks to that energy, depending on what else you have in your chart, but that's just a generalization of having an Earth as a Mercury placement. Ooh, Capricorn Sun. All right, well, this video is for you. Your moon, depending on what's in your chart, might have a little bit to do with it, but you're going to want to look at your Mercury video as well. Anyways, going back to what I was saying with this Emperor card and Mercury governing communication, you're going to want to look at how you are communicating with people. Are you listening? And not are you just hearing people? Are you actually listening and interpreting and processing what is being said to you, okay? Are you speaking to people in a way that is too harsh? Or are you speaking enough? Are you speaking up? Are you speaking out? Is the way that you're delivering the message that you're trying to get across coming across as positive? Is it coming across as rude? And with Mercury being in Earth, and with me having a whole bunch of Earth in my chart, I'm definitely somebody who does not believe in like sugarcoating things or speaking to, you know, people's comfort. And I know sometimes it might sound kind of bad. I'm all for telling the truth and telling it like it is. However, I have learned that some people are not necessarily in the same space and cannot actually take that as well. So not to say that you need to change your message or necessarily change the way that you communicate, but start to be mindful of how you're communicating and who you're communicating with. Things have to be changed in certain situations. And you have this 7th house energy that comes up to say, there's a lot of this going on, so you probably are going to have to visit and sit and reflect on how you're speaking to this person. And also, let's move it away from how you are speaking to this person, also looking at how you're being treated and how you're being communicated with over this Mercury retrograde. Are there people that are talking to you in a demeaning way? Are there people that are speaking to you as if you don't know anything? Are there people that are actually clearly conveying the messages that you need to hear to you in your relationships, in your partnerships? Are the conversations that need to be had being had? These are things that are going to be coming up for you guys, okay? Now, let's get into your last card. Last card in your spread is in the position of the lesson coming in for you for this retrograde period. And you've got the 2 of discs. You guys have a lot of earth energy in this spread, and although the Emperor is a major arcana card, I associate it with earth energy. Ever since I started reading, it's always been like that for me. So hella earth energy in the spread, even though you've got the 7th house, which is associated with partnerships. And that's more so air because we're talking about Libra. You've got these earth cards here for the rest of your spread. So the lesson coming in for you is change. And I'm not surprised to see that there, because typically when we speak to earth energy, it is very stubborn. It is very rooted. You guys, y'all be Virgoed and Capricorn and Taurus down, okay? Y'all do not like, not necessarily that you don't like change, it's that you like your routines and you're comfortable in your routines. The 2 of Discs coming in as far as the lesson is concerned for you for this Mercury retrograde period does say, hey, earth people with these earth sun placements and these earth Mercury placements, sometimes it is okay to shift something that needs to be shifted. Sometimes things work better when you change things up, when you take the initiative, tap into this Emperor energy, when you take the initiative to make the changes, the external changes that need to be made, so that you can put those 2 things together so that they can work cohesively to bring you into positive spaces and abundant spaces and places. The 2 of Coins is also a card of abundance for me. So pulling this card in the lesson position, there's a message here. Make the changes that are necessary in order for you to put yourself into this positive space of partnerships of the 7th house, working with the things that are beneficial to you, and it's going to bring you abundance, okay? That's all I got for you. I hope that message found you guys well. If you're interested in booking your own personal Mercury retrograde reading, you can do so with me through my Etsy shop, which I will have linked down below in a few minutes once I go and put the description in here. I'm going to do that on my computer. You are very welcome. Thank you for tuning in, love. And what else? I dropped all of my plugs at the beginning. I don't think I have anything else to tell you guys. I am running on fumes, so I'm about to go to bed. Thank you for tuning in. I will catch y'all next time. Peace.